Hey YouTube, welcome back to Tinker with Tools. Today we're going to be getting into a new tool that we haven't shown on the channel before, and that is the Bosch Freak. You know the Freak, it is the half impact driver, half impact wrench, but does it do either job exceptionally? We're going to try and figure that out today on Tinker with Tools. Alright, so when we talk about the Freak, we are specifically talking about model number GDX 18V 1800C HD. That is a mouthful. They seem to want to follow some other tool companies in having the world's worst naming conventions and making it just awful to try and figure out. So the most confusing thing is if you go to Lowe's website, you're going to find a huge variety of different versions of the Freak, different variations of the combo kits. You're going to find some that are sold as kits, tool only, with a battery. There's promotions where if you buy it, you get a battery starter kit with it. You can get it with a bit set. That changes things a little bit. And it varies quite a bit in power and speed, what you're going to see here. Now, when it comes down to it, the idea of the Freak having a half-inch square drive for sockets for an impact wrench almost on the outside, and that 1/4-inch hex input in the middle, so you can, do both jobs with one tool. That is a great idea. I think it is actually an idea that makes a lot of sense and could be something that works out really well. But let's just find out if this is a good application of it. All right, so for the test, it's a little hard to see here with the light on there, but it is in speed 3. It is the highest speed that's on this tool. We do have a fully charged 4 amp hour core 18 volt battery. It's got the new 21700 cells in it, so it actually is a really great battery to pair with this. All right, so the first thing we're going to be driving in is just a 2-inch deck screw, and we're just going to be driving in 2 of them. 3, 2, 1, go. One thing I will say about the Bosch is it is very loud. I know that's hard to say compared to other impact drivers, but we'll get a decibel reading compared to something else here a little bit later. It does feel like it is louder than your typical impact driver. All right, so now these are going to be 2 3.5-inch deck screws going into OSB. Ready, set, go. We're going to be moving up to a T30 Spax here. That's going to give us a little bit a beefier screw. This one is just a 3-inch, and we are still going to be driving 2 of these. Ready, set, go. We'll eventually kind of see how these scores rank against something else, but I can tell you that it already feels like it's slowing down more than I would expect it to. So now we're going to be moving up to a 5-inch Spax, and 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so now we have one more that is going to be the T30 before we switch out to something with a hex head. We're going to be going with this 6-inch, 3, 2, 1, go. The more that thing hammers away, I swear, that's when you start to really feel, especially in a small room like this, that you might need some ear protection. So now this is going to be a 5/16 Spax structural screw. Ready, set, go. All right, so now our final driving task. These are actually going to be Timberlocks. First one is a 6-inch, and then we have an 8-inch. 6-inch Timberlock going into OSB. Ready, set, go. But let's go ahead and give an 8-inch Timberlock a try and see how it does. Ready, set, go. Tool is getting a little bit warm after that, but still running overall pretty good. All right, so now we are going to be doing the 1/2" twist bit into a 2x4. We're gonna do 2 holes, one right after the other. Ready, set, go. No issues there, didn't expect any. All right, so now we're moving up to a Bosch Daredevil 3/4 inch spattle bit. We're just gonna do a single hole here. So ready, set, go. All right, so now we're gonna go with a 1 inch Bosch Daredevil, still on speed 3. Okay, the final test. We have the 1 inch Irwin speed bore. So we did make it through. Didn't really like it all that much, but it was able to do it. So there you have it. We were able to do each and every one of those tests. We are down to 3 bars on the battery. Now, I don't think I filmed this, but it did take out all the screws that it did before as well. All right, so we have our sound level meter set up here. So now, here we go. The Bosch with a 1 inch Daredevil bit at 24 inches distance. 3, 2, 1. The max there was 102.5. Now, just as a frame of reference, like I said, there's something that feels loud about it. We are gonna do the Milwaukee Gen 3, doing the same test at basically the same distance. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the highest I saw there was 101.6. It's really not that much louder. I don't know, maybe it's the length of time it takes. It really just starts to kind of grate on you with that tool. All right, so now you've seen the results. I won't actually see them till we edit, but I will tell you that I don't expect this to be at the top of the leaderboard. When we test some other tools later in the week, we'll be able to see exactly where it stacks up to some other mid-tier competition from Rigid and Ryobi. Now, what do I like about the Bosch? Well, the few things that I do like about it, it just feels really well built. It feels strong. It doesn't feel like I'm gonna break it. It's not something that feels fragile, overly plastic. It feels like it's made of good quality tools. Other thing that I like about them is their batteries that they have. The newer batteries that carry the 21700 cells, 4 amp hour batteries, and they're actually coming in smaller than the Milwaukee CP 3.0 with more power on the inside. They're shorter, they're a little bit narrower, and so you're actually getting a great battery. Other things, I like the potential of the dual 1/4 inch hex and 1/2 inch square drive up front. I think it's a novel idea. No other tool company is doing it. Maybe there's a reason for that. If you watch Torque Test channel, you'll notice that they actually got stronger results coming out of the 1/4 inch hex than they did out of the square drive. I don't know what to do that. I haven't tested that one much yet. But I will say, as an impact driver, it does pretty well. Now, where does it fall short? First off, because they've got the fancy collet on there with the 2 different options, it is not a short tool. This comes in at 5.8 inches compared to a lot of the smaller, shorter ones that are going to come in at less weight. It is a little bit heavier, and it is not a quick insert collet, which I really hate on tools. I wish they'd just do away with them. Other cons when it comes to Bosch is just how confusing it is for the model numbers to make sure you're getting the tool that you want. This one that I have right now, which is a prior year model, is actually $185 tool only, no battery deal with it currently. That's horrible. So the one I would recommend you get is the one I actually tried for a couple of hours one day and decided it just wasn't a big enough improvement to warrant spending more money on it. That is going to be the 1860C, and that is going to be at $159 with the free starter kit. So you are going to get the 4 amp hour battery and the charger. That is a pretty good deal. And when you compare it to other tool companies, you're actually getting into a platform that has a variety of tools. You're getting started with a good tool, and you are getting the free battery when you buy those bare tools a lot of the time. I would say for at least the last like 6 to 9 months, you've been able to get that deal on a variety of their tools. And I think that's a pretty good option for building out your tool collection. So can I recommend the Bosch to you? Well, it depends on what you're going to be using the tool for. If speed is a priority, it's not going to be the one. There are faster and there are stronger impact drivers out there. If you just need something that's going to be able to take off, you know, smaller lug nuts, or going to be able to drive fasteners and just get the job done and feel like it's a quality tool, but it's not necessary to have the smallest, lightest, fastest tool, I think this is a great option. I feel like it is a superior tool to some of the other companies that are kind of in that mid-tier offering. So next time you're over at Lowe's, go ahead and check out the Bosch Freak, see if it's something that interests you, see if you think it's got the performance you need to get the jobs done. If you like what you saw in this video, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button, and leave a comment if you have any questions about the Freak or about some of the things we've talked about today. We're going to be coming back later on in this week with another video. Until then, you have fun, and thanks for watching Tinker with Tools.